Hey, I'm Kat, and I'm here to do the Unpopular Opinions book tag because I have no work today and I'm bored. And I wasn't really digging the. Well, I am digging the book I'm reading, but I wanted to take a break from it because shit was going down and I got scared. So, yeah. So the first question is a popular book or series that you didn't like, and I'm gonna go with A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. It's not that I didn't like this series. It's just it was pretty basic. I mean, I guess it's because I read a lot of fantasy, like a lot, and so this didn't seem anything special, and it wasn't written terribly well, to my opinion. But I still gave it 3 stars, and I'm probably gonna read the third one because I read the second one. I mean, might as well at this point, and I finished both of them in one day, so they're pretty simple. But I don't know. Didn't like them as much as other people did. The next question is a popular book or series that everybody else hated, but you seem to love. And this one's really hard because I'm easily swayed by reviews. So if the book is bad, I'm just like, I don't want to read it. Like easily swayed by reviews. Just one bad review, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't read this book. But yeah, but there is a series that is the lowest rated book on my read shelf on Goodreads. So, and that is the Magician's trilogy. I haven't read the second one yet because this book pissed me off, but in a good way. In a good way. But yeah, I can see why people hated this series. I can see it. It's main characters are frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. And you think you like one of them. You think you're friends. You think, oh, this guy is like the one person who will like make me love him and he will bring everything around and everybody will be fine. Like very common tropes in fantasy. Nope, that person's gonna be an asshole. All of them are assholes. All your friends, like your friend or the person you love in this, asshole. Just doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter who you like. They're all assholes. But I think that's why I also liked it because it was something different and like I haven't read a book where all the characters I hated but still were really interested and where I was compelled to love them but want to murder them, especially the main character. Yeah, very confusing. You just have to read the book to understand. That's eh. Next is a book where the love triangle, like the girl or dude or whoever ended up with somebody you didn't like, or an OTP that you didn't like or something. I don't know, I don't have the question right in front of me, but something along those lines. And I'm going to go, I know I'm holding up Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson, but that's because I have Mistborn on my Kindle. So I'm going to talk about Mistborn, Well of Ascension. I thought Ven should have ended up with Zane, Zach, I forgot his name. Wow. But I thought she should have ended up with the crazy guy in Well of Ascension, who's also, I don't want to give up too many spoilers, but he's very powerful and very, I love him. I love him so much. But he's like insane and has like voices in his head and he just wants to kill people and he hates everyone and I loved him. Loved him so much. Ah. And I think Vince should have got one with him because they were both crazy by that point. So two crazies together makes perfect crazy, right? That's what happens with Joker and Harley Quinn, right? Right? My favorite couple. No, that's a lie. Batman and Catwoman are my favorite. No, Aquaman and Mira. No, too many couples. Too many couples I love. But yeah, should have ended up. I think his name is Zane. Should have ended up with Zane. That's all I'm saying. I didn't, and plus Ellen was boring after the first book. Like when you first meet him, it's typical like, oh, he's rich and oh, I'm poor. And like, I get it, I get it. Okay, I read these books all the time. You're gonna end up with him. You're gonna end up with him, even though he's rich and stands for everything you hate. Blah 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 blah. But that's probably why I didn't like him, like Ellen either. And I preferred it when Ven was crazy. Yeah. Next is a popular genre that you hardly reach for, and I'm gonna go with dystopia, dystopian. books, and I'm holding up 1984 because it's like the ultimate dystopian book. But yeah, like it's not that I step away from them, but I've never really been interested in a dystopian book. In fact, I think the last dystopian book I read was Hunger Games. I think that's the last one I read. I tried Unwind, and I was really digging it, but then for some reason I put it down. And I've tried Rising till my favorite character like bit the dust. Even though it was in the description of the book that she was gonna bite the dust, like it was in the very back of the book, I still liked her. She was sassy. She was nice. I wish she would have lived. Anyway, I'm not giving up spoilers for Red Rising. It's literally in the back of the book. Like the main character's wife, I liked her. And she dies in like 2 chapters. And it's all in the back of the book too. So you can't give me shit. It literally was like, oh yeah, this guy after this guy's wife dies, he decides to go take over everything. I liked her. I really did. I'm gonna get teary eyed. She was a very, very minor character. Oh my god. Anyway, back to the dystopian. Yeah, dystopian novels. Don't like them. Too many people die. I don't like it. It's like Game of Thrones. Though I did finish Game of Thrones. Eh. Next is a popular or beloved character that you didn't like, and I'm gonna go. And it took me a while to find her name because I completely forgot her name, and that is Marcy from the Alloy of Law series. Don't like her. She's boring, very boring, and I'm so glad a lot of things of her character stopped, even though she does kind of come very powerful towards the end of this one. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. If she died, I'd be okay with it. Next is a popular author you can't really get into, and I'm gonna go with James Dashner, Maze Runner, or like, the Outlander chick, or J.R. Ward, or like all these other books I can't stand. Um, Sarah J. Maas. No, I haven't really tried Sarah J. Maas. I just kind of become uninterested in the Throne of Glass series, so meh. But yeah, I can't get into those people. Not Sarah, minus Sarah J. Maas. I will give her another shot if I ever get around to it. But yeah, especially James Dashner. I really tried for the Maze Runner because my mom really liked the series, so she like let me borrow this a long time ago. Really need to get this back to her. But I think it's because I accidentally like started on Kill Order, and then I was like, what the fuck is going on? I thought the main character's name is not this name. And then I tried to read Maze Runner, read like a couple of chapters, and I was like, this is dumb. I couldn't stand it. Maybe this goes back to the dystopian thing, because this is a dystopian world, but no. Next is popular tropes that you're tired of seeing. There are quite a bit of tropes that, like, people have been talking about. Like, love triangles. I haven't read a love triangle book in a while. That would be Hunger Games, so I'm not tired of it. It does seem odd sometimes, because I'm like, nobody really fights like this in real life over the person they loved. But then again, maybe they do, because they have Helen of Troy. Shit like that does go down, I guess. But I will say the trope that I don't like, and I'm putting up this one because it's one I'm currently reading, and is when the main girl or person, the prophecy person or whatever, is so nice and just brings people together because of her kindness and the fact that they live in a tortured society, and they're like, oh, she's so nice and innocent. Yeah, well, I'm once again doing an example of this book. Sometimes it's a dude, sometimes it's like one of them was a dragon, but when it's something like that, I don't like it. It just disturbs me. And then when the person starts being corrupted and like wants to kill or something like that, people are like, "Oh no, what happened to the cute innocent person that you once were?" I'm like, "Well, she fucking grew up. She lives in a horrible society where people deserve to die. That's what happened. Get over it." So, I hate that. I hate it a lot, and it happens a lot in fantasy. So many times they're like, "Oh, you were once so innocent," and the person like at the towards most of the time towards the end of the book, they're like back being the innocent person, and you're like, "I'm sorry for being so tortured." I'm like, "Fuck you." Person's allowed to be corrupted by the world around them. I'm sorry. They deserve. Some people deserve to die in some of these fantasy books. That's all I'm saying. Okay, especially in this one, there's like a whole compound where like little girls get raped every single day and all this stuff. I'm like, no, those people deserve to die. Okay, they built a whole school based on this. Oh, don't like it. Oh, oh, oh. They're like, oh, she killed everyone. Good, good. Anger, 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 anger. Next is a popular series you have no interest in reading. I don't really have one for this because I don't know. I'll try any series. I'll read a couple of pages. If I don't instantly like it, I usually just put it down or just not buy it. But like I even tried reading 50 Shades of Grey because it was so popular and everyone was talking about it. And I was like, I'll give it a couple of chapters. Hated this couple of chapters. Oh my god, did I hate this couple of chapters. I don't think I even made it to chapter 2. I think I only read chapter 1. I was like, this girl's fucking boring. I mean, I did read Twilight as a kid. Like, a lot of people refused to read that one. I did read it. I think I read all the way to Eclipse, and then I read half of Breaking Dawn. And then when things got creepy in Breaking Dawn, I was like, I really don't think I like this series. I think I hate this series. And it was, I mean, I mostly just read it for like so I can talk about it with all my friends who also read it. And I was like, nobody reads fucking Dragonlance with me, but we'll read about sparkling vampires. Thanks, guys. Nobody wanted to read Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles with me. That has moody vampires. Why wasn't that popular when I was a kid? I had to be all by myself and join in a library group that would read Lestat with me, Vampire Lestat. Anyway, bitterness. But yeah, I don't think there's any series that I would refuse to read. I've tried a lot of crappy series. I mean, like I said, I usually don't get past them often, but next is a book or TV show that is better than the movie. And I'm gonna go with Hunger Games. Hunger Games. Hunger Games. Seriously. The movie was hardcore. Though there are also a couple of things I really liked about the book. I was gonna put Lord of the Rings, but there is a couple of things I really hated about Return of the King. So, yeah. So I went with Hunger Games. They developed a lot more of the characters. A lot of the characters, especially in the third book, are just one-off characters that are just there to replace other characters after they die or disappear or something. And that was dumb. Though there were like the whole Katniss, Gale, Petra thing. Yeah. That was better in the book because in the book Gale's just like, and Katniss is like, I'm trying not to fucking die, which I really liked. So